Hi there. So this particular essay is a narrative. You're telling a story, and there's some elements of stories that that need to be in every kind of story. So here are some of the elements. You need a setting. Your story needs to take place in a time and a specific location. Even if you're telling a story about being in outer space, stories do not happen in a vacuum. You need to have a context. And in order to really relay that context, what you need to do is use lots of sensory language. So, sensory language so you can hear, taste, touch, see, and smell. That's how you create images of places and also people. Of course, you need people. And people are the characters. Characters fall into a bunch of different categories. There are main characters, and there are minor characters. Okay? Minor characters essentially fill in and help the main characters. And the most dynamic characters of the main characters, they are dynamic, which means that they change. And there are other characters that are static, and they don't change. Regardless of whether the characters change or not, how do you know about them? Well, you know about the characters through their actions and their words and their thoughts. So, actions, since you're telling a story, the biggest part of your story are the actions. So, actions are the events, which is what happens in the story. Okay? So you're going to tell event after event after event. But you want to spend time developing your characters because we as readers are usually less interested in what happens as we are interested in the characters and how they change and how they develop and how do they react to the events. All right? Okay, so actions are the events. Words and thoughts are dialogue. So you need dialogue in any story. Even if you're thinking to yourself, you're the only person there, you're thinking to yourself, you think in language. All right, so how do you lay out? You need a setting, you need characters, you need dialogue, and you need events. But what story are you going to tell? Why are you telling it? Well, why are you telling it? That means, what's the purpose? Why are you telling the story? Are you trying to entertain? Are you trying to convince somebody? To inform? To clarify? Make something clearer? And most stories have more than one purpose, but they have a main purpose. So you're gonna, so how are you gonna lay out this story? You have to have a reason. Why are you telling the story? You're gonna start. Every story has a start, and it has a middle, and it has an end. And in the beginning, you're gonna provide context. That's background, setting, time, location. And you're going to introduce your characters. And your characters, at least your main character, will have a problem, an obstacle, a crisis. There's lots of words for it, but your main character is going to have a problem. And the problem may be what's in his or her head, making a decision, or might be competing against another character, or might be competing against facing something that's larger, society, nature, God, something really big. The best stories have many types of conflicts. And as the story continues, you reach a turning point or a climax. That's when something big happens. The character wins or loses, lives or dies, but something that changes the main character and the situation dramatically. And then we end the story when we find out what's the resolution? What are the results? What happens? Okay?